What's up, y'all? We are back. This is episode 9 of the Colorado Rockies franchise and Out of the Park Baseball 24. And we are here mid September, September 13th. The Rockies are 89 and 60, first place by 5 games in the NL West. Team's absolutely killing it post trade deadline. Runs against, we're up to 12th. Not impressive, but, much better than we've been. Our starters ERA, it's 11th, which is wild to me. And our offense has been dominant. Defense has been really good. And overall, things are going really well. So I wanted to check in because I wanted to do like a race to the playoffs because, this will be our first appearance if we wind up finishing the job here. We're up 12 games in like the wild card if we were to fall to that. But we have 13 games left here, so let's see how we finish out the year. So the reason I picked up here is because Chris Bryant just came back. Um, he's out for about a month, and yeah, this is our team at full strength pretty much. I mean, we're missing Trent Grisham, but like, okay, he's a big loss, but he's not that big of a loss. Parker Meadows has been fine, and then we've had Churio filling in center as well. Um, Other things I guess we can update on. Miguel Bleis has been up. He wasn't like our top. He was number 48, so he's one of our top prospects. Got him in the trade of Houston, which was. Let's see, he's not going to show up. Okay. We'll go over here then. Yeah, for Logan Webb. That worked out pretty well. They got him for half a season of 73 ERA plus ball, so pretty good on us in that trade. And we got Brock Selvage in that trade, who could be something, and then $3 million cash. So, but he came up and he was really no good. 32 WRC plus and 130 plate appearances. So he's still on the roster, but he's riding the pine against righties. He'll come in against lefties and play center with a good range, but for now, we're going to roll with this lineup and this lineup. So Guerrero, who you probably don't remember, but he was, he was in AAA. He got a little bit of appearance in the majors last year, in AAA for most of the year. I think he was hurt. Torn thumb ligament and then another setback. Yeah, so he was out for like most of the year this year. And then another guy, Cal Mitchell, who was in the minors for most of the year. We got him as a minor league free agent signing. He's been really good. So that's like a platoon, I guess, in the outfield. Everyone else is still hitting really well. So Zach Veen is playing a bit of first base. He played 31 games there, was fine. And, he's back out and right again. So, and the huge story has been Kodai Senga, who has been insanely good. We gave up a ton to get him. I mean, Eddie Botello was like one of the top prospects in baseball, number 23. And we gave him up. And, I mean, not like nothing other pieces. I mean, Luciano's a pretty good prospect. Pitching well in A-ball for them. And Kim, who is on their major league roster, pretty good player. No doubt, but 28 years old. And Senga's been insane. 2.47 ERA, by far the best pitcher we ever had here. And we have him under control for, I think, 2 more years after this. So, really happy with that. And then, like, Eduardo Rodriguez has been on a good run of starts. Max Myers come into the rotation and pitched well. Tanner Witt's been pretty solid. Dean Kramer's been fine for the most part. Although I have him throwing like 60 pitches a game now. I might raise that to 70. We're still rolling with like the long relief bulk guys out of the pen in that situation, which has worked out really well. So, it wasn't a thing that I wanted to do, but it was like out of necessity, and it wound up working out well for us this year, I think. So, let's keep moving forward here against Cincinnati, and we win 4-3 in 11 innings. Rodriguez, another good start. Jonathan Hernandez continues to struggle. He is a free agent after the year. I don't think I'll bring him back, although he did have a really nice run with us for 3 seasons. So, I mean, it's a guy we could look to bring back, but not really necessarily at the point. We get a 6-2 win against Milwaukee. Veen 3 hits, 2 ribbies. Bryant looks like he had a home run, as did Veen. Max Meyer gave us 4 strong, and then Stone to Garcia to Cleveland to close it out. So nice roll here. We go against Milwaukee. We lose 5-1. Offense, not much going there. And then Senga, pretty good start. Only threw him 73 pitches. I don't know what the deal with that was. But Chiavelli blows it. And then, yeah, not much going offense. Against Milwaukee here, we got a 12-1 win. Tanner Witt, 6 innings, 1 run. Former 9th overall pick. Having a pretty nice rookie season here, all things considered. Scott Efros, we got the trade deadline. He's been much better. He had like a blow-up game here, but overall he's been good. And then Justin Lawrence continues to pitch pretty well. As for the lineup, Cal Mitchell, 3 hits, 4 ribbies. Looks like it was a home run. And it was a 3-run home run. Zeke Tovar, 2 hits. Veen, a couple of hits. Churio, a couple of hits. McMahon, 3 hits, 4 ribbies. Good game for the offense. And then, so we take 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee. We still have a 6-game lead with 9 to go. So, big series against Pittsburgh. I think they're a pretty good team. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, they're a good team. Got Shane Bieber on the squad. Apparently this guy's really good. Mike Burrows. But we lose 5-4. Tough game there. Dean Kramer kind of struggles, and then Stone doesn't do too great out of the pen. And Beeks and Lang were fine, but McMahon is pretty much our whole offense. Bryant drove in a run as well. So game 2 against Shane Bieber. We win 4-3, and that sucks. Jalen Beeks, who's probably been our best reliever this year. An insane run after a pretty rough start. Yeah, so April he was bad, May he was bad, and then June he wasn't even great, and then July and August, September he's been insane. But he will head to the IL. 4 weeks he's out. So that'll force us to make a move. And I would normally go with Jake Bird, but he was really bad in his last appearance. 7 runs in a third of an inning. Henriquez, I have no trust in anymore. It might be Owens, but he's hurt as well. Maybe Olivares. Yeah, he's been good in AAA, and give him a shot here. So, okay, so we win 4-3. Rodriguez a really nice start, and the bullpen does a good job. Dambez 2 ribbies, McMahon and Tovar driving the other 2 runs, and we lose 8-0 in the rubber match. Tough game for the offense. Pitching wasn't great either, so let's forget about that one. So we lose 2 out of 3 to Pittsburgh. Still up 5 games. We clinched a wild card spot. So there you go. First playoff appearance in year 4, I think. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, year 4. So incremental improvement, improving about 10 wins each year, which you can't ask for any better than that, I guess. So Kodai Senga, first time we'll sim with him here, and we win 10-5. He picks up his 20th win on the year. Bryant 3 hits, McMahon 4. Damas has a really awesome game. He's been great in the second half. Let's check out his splits. July, August, September, he's been a completely different guy with a 140 OPS plus. Really good for him. And then McMahon continues to hit well. Senga, not his best start, but good enough to give it to our pen, which does a nice job as well. So game 2, Tanner Witt on the mound, and we lose 3-1. And Witt has a pretty good start, but the offense, nothing going against Brandon Pfaadt and Kyle Freeland, old friend of ours. Hasn't been too bad this year. Good for him. And then game 3 in Philly. Lose 12-2. Tough game. Kramer struggles, and I mean, he's been very, very rough. coming down the stretch here. So you know what? We're trying to push for a playoff spot. I'm gonna move Gavin Stone to the rotation, the 70 pitch count. Okay. So we will play game one against San Diego. We've been in a bit of a rough patch here, but we're gonna pick it up again. 7-3 victory. Looks like Juan Soto's moved to first base. Chado's still kicking. Tatis, not quite the player he used to be. And Cedric Mullins, he wound up having a decent year. Eddie Rodriguez is a good start, and then the bullpen does a nice job. Bryant 3 hits, Veen 3 hits. So there you go. We have 2 games left in the season. We've clinched the division. Probably did that a couple days ago when I wasn't paying attention. So game 2 in San Diego. Max Meyer makes the start, and there you go. We win 4-3. And I'm going to make sure Senga does not start this game because he'll be my game 1 playoff starter. I think we'll have enough off days, but actually, do we have a bye? We will. We have the best record in baseball, tied with the Twins. Convenient how those are my 2 last teams I played with in this game. Okay, so Senga, I'm still not going to have him pitch in this game. This is meaningless. And he's been too good. He won 20 games. He's good to go. So Garcia's not rested. It'll probably be Rodriguez I'll throw here. 70 pitch count. It's cool with me. So there we go. Last game of the year, and we lose 7-3, but who cares? Zach Veen, 2020 player. Most pitching wins by Senga, and going to the playoffs the first time. So there we go. Finally over the hump. I mean, it's our 4th year. I'd expected that at that point, but wow, looks like Judge won the batting title. Wow. I mean, 123 games. He put up 7.6 WAR, and yeah, triple crown, essentially, in 123 games. I don't know who led in RBIs, but that's wild. And Veen, look at that, wins the batting title, 358 average, 24 steals, 9.7 WAR. Unbelievable season for him. So probable MVP winner, especially with the best team in baseball. Churio, no slouch as well. Let's get the sort by WAR on our team. Go over how everyone did. Yes, we looked at Veen. Also 10.6 base running runs. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. But yeah, Churio, 157 WRC plus, 30 bombs, 99 RBIs. Let's make sure we're only doing majors as well. McMahon had a really nice year as well, 128 WRC plus, big bounce back from last year. He's mostly been really good, excellent, minus that 1 year. But yeah, we love him on this team. So Tovar, really nice season as well. Not his MVP year, but 111 WRC plus, we'll take that. And played a good second base as well. Drew Romo, 4.1 WAR, very under the radar, sneaky good hitter as well. Not a big home run guy, but a extra base hit guy. Hits a lot of singles, and we like him here. So Chris Bryant, 3.7 WAR in just 119 games. Walk rate dipped, but the power, it's still there. 20 home runs, 111 RBIs. Adames had a nice year in his first year in Colorado, 3.6 WAR. Played a fine shortstop, not great, but he was okay. Adel Amador in little under 300 plate appearances. An awesome utility guy to have. Absolutely great. He was at 65 range for a while. Looks like he dipped down to 60 again. Cal Mitchell in 210 plate appearances, 121 WRC plus. Really nice year from him. Mostly DH. Looks like he played 1 game in the field, but love him as a DH option or a corner outfielder. Parker Meadows, who kind of filled in at the end of the year for Trent Grisham, wound up putting up a pretty decent campaign. I don't know if his defense was good. He just wasn't really hitting. Brenton Doyle was a real disappointment after a insanely good year that he was never going to follow up, but I didn't expect him to be this bad. Miguel Bleis, we kind of went over him. I don't think he played much down the stretch. Yeah, he got a couple plate appearances, but nothing crazy. And then Christian Vasquez is our backup catcher. Didn't do much, but a good leader and a good defender as well. Really good defender. Then the pitching staff, Eduardo Rodriguez wound up turning in an awesome year. After starting off pretty bad, he turned it around big time. Max Meyer was really good for us too in that swingman role. Randy Rodriguez, same thing. I guess it's really inflated by that bad start to end the year, but he was overall really solid. And then Tanner Witt kind of went over him. He had a really nice rookie season, I think. Then Gavin Stone, also, no, he wasn't a rookie, but Rule 5 pick for us and last year. And he turned in another nice season. And then Alex Lang in I think he was he was a stopper. Unbelievable season from a guy who gives 106 innings. Paul Gervais was kind of just a call up. Efros was fine. We'll keep him around. And then Tyler Cleveland was solid. Not spectacular, but fine enough. And then we have Senga here, who was, as we mentioned, fantastic. So, all right, I got to set my playoff roster. I think we're missing some guys to go over here. So, I guess Kramer, he'll probably be left off the roster. I don't really have a spot for him. Tyler Owens is back, and I wouldn't mind putting him on the roster. Hernandez, I'll probably leave off. Jaden Hill could make an appearance, but yeah, he was pretty good. And then Justin Lawrence will definitely be on. So yeah, we'll set this roster. Grisham's back in 2 weeks, so he'll miss the series, but after that he'll be back, and then yeah, we'll be back in just a moment with the playoff roster. All right, so here we are. It is time for the playoffs. This is how the roster's shaken up. Only real surprise, I guess, would be Olive Arias, but we need a lefty, so wanted him out there. And then Tyler Owens made it, who wasn't really with the team too much at the end of the year, got hurt and was out for a good amount of the season. Kevin Garcia, who had a rough year, but I trust his ratings enough that I'm going to roll him out there. And then we are playing Cincinnati, which they have a good mix of righties and lefties, so I do want some guys that can pitch on both sides. So here are my lineups, pretty similar with how we ended the year. Really no surprises. So there we go. We will head to Colorado for Game 1. Kodai Senga on the mound against Nick Lodolo, who had a nice season, really nice season. And former MVP Edwin Arroyo is on this team as well. 5.5 WAR this year, insane defender. Also, Ellie De La Cruz on the squad. Noevi Marte is turning into a nice player. Old friend Brendan Rodgers is on the squad. So there we go. We will head Game 1 against Cincinnati. We lose 5-3. Tough way to start the series. Senga looks like he gets hurt in the first inning, which forces us to the pen. He only threw one pitch. Oh, brother. So, that's a tough way to start the series. I think I might be able to get away with him starting him Game 3, though. Let me see if I can. Okay, Game 2, Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound, looking to bounce back after that brutal game. And we lose 7-2. So Rodriguez struggles. We can't get much going against their whole pitching staff, which Noah Syndergaard got hurt immediately. So backs against the wall, Game 3. And Senga is good to go. He has no effect on his throwing, so I'm cool throwing him here. In Cincinnati, Game 3. To avoid getting swept, and we do. 5-4. Senga goes 5 1/3, 3 runs, and then the pen looks like Randy Rodriguez blew it in the bottom of the ninth to a Noelvi Marte solo shot. So that'll wrap up the season. We get swept out of the NLDS in our first playoff appearance. there's worse ways to end, I guess. We won 96 games, got the number one seed, I believe. Yeah, we did. So let's just finish out, see how the playoffs go. Um, the Reds taking care of business against us and the Dodgers. Pretty impressive stuff there. So Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, a couple of NL Central teams. Although I don't know if they're NL Central anymore. I'd have to look. Grisham's back, whatever. Oh, it's playoff roster. Okay, so let's go back to that. Playoff tree. So Minnesota and New York. Let's see if Minnesota can overcome their Yankees curse. Of course, all these guys have to come back now. Which is great. So New York up 3-1. They win the series 4-1. Pittsburgh 3-2. Game 6. We'll go to a game 7. And Pittsburgh looks like they won. Chris Martin, thanks for coming back, dude. Appreciate it. We could have probably used you, dude, but oh my god, they're gonna make me clear up a 40-man spot. Oh my god. All right, you know what? You didn't pitch for me all year. Put you there. All right, so World Series, Pirates, Yankees. And Pittsburgh wins game 1, New York in game 2. Game 3 goes to Pittsburgh. Game 4 to the Yankees. So tight series here, back and forth. Oh my god, this is so annoying. They get through the playoffs. Pittsburgh up 3-2. Game 6, and Pittsburgh wins the World Series. Pretty good team here, although I think their pitching really carried them. 10th in runs scored, first in runs allowed. So good for Pittsburgh. They win the World Series. We have some work to do this offseason, but the team's looking pretty excellent going into year 5. So we don't have a ton of money. Hopefully that can improve, but we'll see about that. So thank you very much for watching episode 9, the playoff episode. So next year we'll look to get over that hump and make it a little farther. So thank you for watching. We'll catch you in episode 10. See ya.